How did the Pueblo Revolt change Spanish colonial indigenous policy? Imagine living under strict rules that threaten your culture, your religion, and your way of life. That was the reality for the Pueblo people before the year 1680. The Spanish colonizers pushed Christianity, forced labor, and tried to erase their traditions. They used armed force to control the Pueblos and made laws to suppress their ceremonies and social customs. This created deep anger and frustration among the Pueblo communities, who spoke many different languages but shared a common experience of oppression. Then, everything changed on August 10, 1680. The Pueblo leaders, led by Pape, organized a large uprising across many villages. Despite language barriers and long distances, they coordinated a united attack. The Pueblos struck Spanish settlements, killed hundreds of colonists, and forced the remaining Spaniards to retreat south to El Paso del Norte. For 12 years, the Pueblo people lived free from Spanish control. They revived their traditional religions, performed ceremonies, and rebuilt their social structures without outside interference. When the Spanish returned in 1692, they found a different world. The initial peace was fragile, and conflicts soon resumed. But the Spanish leaders realized they could not simply go back to their old ways. The memory of the revolt and the strength of Pueblo resistance made them change their approach. They became more cautious about using force and stopped trying to wipe out Pueblo religion and culture completely. The missionaries who came back were more tolerant, allowing Pueblo traditions to continue alongside Christianity. Spanish policies shifted in practical ways after the revolt. They abolished forced labor and tribute demands, which had caused so much anger. They also gave formal land grants to each Pueblo, recognizing their territory legally. A public defender was appointed to protect Pueblo interests in Spanish courts, offering some safety from abuse. These changes were not just kindness. They were a response to the power of Pueblo unity and the threat of more rebellions. The revolt also affected how the Spanish expanded into other areas like California. They learned that harsh repression could lead to more resistance. So they adopted a more flexible approach, mixing negotiation with control. This helped shape a unique cultural mix in New Mexico, where Pueblo, Spanish, and later American influences blended over time. From the view of Latin culture, which includes traditions from Spain and the Americas, the Pueblo Revolt is a story of struggle and adaptation. The Spanish defeat was a blow, but their return and policy changes showed they learned from their mistakes. They realized they could not fully dominate the Pueblo people without risking more rebellion. This led to a new way of governing, where respect for Pueblo culture grew alongside Spanish influence. Over generations, this mix created the distinctive identity of northern New Mexico, seen today in its art, food, and religious practices. The Pueblo Revolt's legacy is clear in the land's history, laws, and cultural traditions, reminding everyone that resilience and unity can change the course of history.